It's Week 10 of the NFL, and we'll see Jonathan Brooks. He'll be a focal point of his on Thursday night primetime.
A bit of a chill. Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come off a disappointment last time out. They put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, whatever promise they had to start this season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
And sometimes when you're in the middle of a losing streak, being on the road is exactly what you want. You can only depend on each other. Let's see if they can use that as fuel in this ball game.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know we can't do a mind meld and really know exactly what he was thinking, but I didn't see an open receiver there. Maybe, possibly, he did that on purpose and just overthrew him.
Yeah, coverage was good, so maybe indeed that was another way to throw it away, if you will. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You look at this Carolina defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 27-yard line.
Young to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Ready, go!
They go play action. Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. The Panthers at 500 now, 4-4 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
That's good for a Panthers 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of...
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
A 48-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
And he's going to have a Rams 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams.
Taken down at the 42. You look at this.
The rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Well, you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your 3rd grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
The Panthers offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Young will set to throw.
Looking underneath and finding Hubbard.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
This is 2nd and 8.
Now Young. Over the middle, complete. It's Hubbard. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
3rd down, Young from the gun.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 22. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an off.
There's something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Finding Williams once more, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Stafford looks to throw again. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Ethan Evans now.
Fielded just inside the 30. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Young now. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
The results for them so far, not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way? They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Ethan Evans on now to punt. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Automatic first down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Young going to give to Brooks. And down to the 41.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play for 4th down.
Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Young to throw it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Panthers are going to have first drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Brooks will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. That time, a 9-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession.
Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 30 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Now here's Young.
Slant pass hauled in by Campbell.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Here's Young from the shotgun.
Now throw right side here going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4.
Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw, Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. A good pickup there at 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Now, maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some good games starting in the early window on Sunday, and one of the big ones features the New England Patriots as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. In the first half, it was Jonathan Brooks who had it working. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And just not a big enough hole to break this one. He gets it to the 35 after showcasing that tough running of his.
Here's 3rd and 6.
To throw, Young.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
L.A. set to take over again on offense.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now it's Stafford. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Man open left side, it's Williams. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down. To throw is Stafford.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Throwing is Stafford. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a sixth time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Young.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Flush to it, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Young will set to throw.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
Looking to throw, Young. Young into the slide, and he's got a first down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Young to throw it. And this is incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape. Oftentimes, they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, and they swarmed him.
The Rams ready to go on offense.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. In motion right is Hopkins.
He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Young. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Holding. Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
They'll run right here with Brooks.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Holding. Offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Young working out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Now 3rd down and very long.
It'll be Young again. And that is incomplete.
But we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Taking it about the 16. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throw left side, complete to Cup. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Here's Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Hardman. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Rams 1st down.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 5.
Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
From the gun on third down, Stafford.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Dances by him, and he'll get it down here to the 43.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground with Brooks.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Ready. Yellow.
Young to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Set.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
Fights loose. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Critical play in this football game.
They pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock. Really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
51 yards on the punt there.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be tackled at the 23 out of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call.
Automatic
mark off
first
the
down.
5 and keep it moving.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Out of the gun, Stafford. Completes it to Hardman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Corum now on 1st and 10.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Now Stafford. Complete to Zacchaeus. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Back to throw, Stafford. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. The busy night continues for Williams. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 2nd down and 6 now.
Stafford.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun, here's Stafford.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Corum. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told.
Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Dancing to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
2nd and 6 coming up.